The monsters of Fisco have overrun Sunset City!
Everyone run! Get
Go!
out of here! Go!
It's a zombocalypse! Unconfirmed reports have reported that the culprit is an energy drink? Hold on, are you serious? Well, that can't be right. Nothing in energy drinks makes you go crazy like that. Well, it's not as crazy as you might think. Now, of course, I don't mean that drinking energy drinks will turn you into a super aggressive mutated monster, but some of the effects of overcharge are actually based off of real-life effects of energy drinks. Although, in keeping with the game's theme, it's cranked to the extreme! Now, before we get to analyzing these monstrosities, we need to understand what makes overcharge different from normal energy drinks. And lucky for us, they have a website with the nutrition facts right on top. Due to the drink's nature, a surplus of ingredients have been poured into an 8-ounce can. There's 87 grams of sugar and 800 milligrams of caffeine in each serving size of overcharge. Compared to Red Bull, which is the current top-selling energy drink, that's 4 times the amount of sugar and 10 times the amount of caffeine in the same size can. So what does all that extra stuff mean for the consumer? Well, when we eat sugar, our bodies break it down into another type of sugar called glucose, and glucose is used as energy for our bodies to function. The American Heart Association suggests the maximum intake for sugar is about 38 grams for men and 25 grams for women. But that's not per meal, that's per day. So the 87 grams of sugar that one can of overcharge gives the consumer is enough sugar to last a few days. Consuming all of that sugar at once immediately gives the body a huge supply of energy to burn through. And if not quickly used, the body comes crashing down from its high, typically leaving you sluggish and tired. Any energy that isn't used is stored as fat, and high quantities of extra fat can lead to weight gain. And maybe that's why some of the OD are so chunky. Sugar also has a nasty habit of destroying teeth, which may be why all the OD's mouths look disgusting. But caffeine is cool, right? It has proven health benefits like increased alertness and increased memory. Well, that's true when it's taken in moderation, but overcharge has 800 milligrams of caffeine. That's twice the recommended daily limit. And even more dangerous, overcharge pours in all 800 milligrams at once, instead of the smaller amount of 80 milligrams from a cup of coffee or the same size can of Red Bull. This huge amount would most certainly make you sick and cause heart palpitations that could interrupt your heartbeat and lead to cardiac arrest. Now, something else, caffeine is technically classified as a drug, and like any drug, it's subject to abuse, which can lead to overdose. Now, caffeine overdose is a real condition that has documented deaths, although they are really rare. In fact, to overdose on Red Bull, you would need to drink about 150 cans to get a lethal dose of caffeine. However, with overcharge, that number drops from 150 to 15. Say you somehow survive your first ordeal with overcharge, and later down the line, you want to drink another to get that amazing caffeine kick. Well, like other drugs, the more you ingest, the higher tolerance you gain. So to get a better kick out of it, you need to consume more and more each time. And with such a high caffeine content, you could quickly get sick or overdose, leading to your death. But that danger won't matter, as you now feel like you need caffeine in order to function. That addiction could drive you to do crazy things, like suck up any overcharge you see on the ground, or topple over a truck in order to get at the overcharge within. If you don't get that daily fix of caffeine, your body will go through some painful withdrawal syndromes, which can include irritability, where you can't stand anyone or their face and want to rip it off, or maybe brain fog, where you just act on impulse instead of thinking about your actions. Some of these withdrawal symptoms could explain some of the behavior of the OD in-game. But there's something a little bit more besides sugar and caffeine going on in overcharge, and Floyd is the one that gives us the answer.
I used to be a viscose scientist, head of the Extremophiles team. Those piggy little microbes are the secret ingredient in overcharge.
As advertised on the website, the drink utilizes the power of extremophiles, which is the name of the bacteria that live in seemingly uninhabitable environments, like hot springs or salt pans. As referenced in the smartphone message number 12, Fizco got their hands on some extremophiles from the Marianas Trench, and, like Floyd said, added them to their overcharge formula. The result was a highly addictive product, but drinking overcharge, well, Walter says it best.
It says drinking overcharge causes their endocrine systems to go into overdrive.
Now, I'm not an endocrinologist, but from my understanding, the endocrine system is what controls the distributions of hormones within the body. It's a very complex system with many different functions. Now, one of the crucial pieces of the endocrine system is the hypothalamus, which controls hormones for things such as thirst and anger. Sitting directly underneath it is the pituitary gland, which controls hormones related to growth. So, here's what may be happening. Consuming overcharge, and apparently the extremophiles, prevents these organs from doing a part of their jobs, which is to turn off hormone responses for things like thirst, anger, and growth. So the body keeps releasing these hormones to keep drinking, fighting, and growing. And all that extra energy from the amount of sugar and caffeine in overcharge gives the body what it needs to mutate or evolve into these crazy creatures. It's kind of like a crazy survival of the fittest type scenario if you think about it. The OD drink more overcharge to get more energy to power their mutations into these larger and more complex creatures. Now, I'm sure I buggered that up somewhere in there, and if I did, please feel free to let me know. I would love to learn more about what's going on with these monsters. Now, energy drinks are a popular option for our caffeine needs, and the industry has seen strong growth in recent years, particularly in the United States. While they do give a boost of energy, these drinks can also cause some harm to us. All the added sugars in the drink can lead to lethargy and weight gain, and the caffeine gets us addicted to the drink, so we feel like we need to consume more just to get our energy for the day, which is hardly a healthy lifestyle. Instead of sucking down on energy drinks, we can use more natural things like exercise to increase our energy levels. The benefits of a healthy lifestyle far outweigh the benefits of guzzling energy drinks every day. And I think if we gave it a shot, we would really see the difference it makes. Thank you for watching, and see you later. One of the greatest things about Destiny is the opportunity to travel to different locations in our solar system. We can visit the windswept deserts of Mars, the volcanoes of Venus,